Mofan, an ordinary boy who was suddenly reincarnated into another world where magic has replaced science. However, upon arrival, he's broke, useless like yourself, and worst of all, he doesn't know magic. Normally, that wouldn't be a problem, but with no money, no status, and zero magic, he's bullied as a nobody. But when Mofan discovers he can wield both fire and lightning, a rare ability that shouldn't even exist, he pretends to be useless. Mofan, a 9th grader taking his senior board exams, felt confused since he didn't study for his exams, not that he could study since the test was about magic. As the bell rang, signaling the end of the exam, students began leaving the building. Walking out, Mofan remembered how everything changed 3 months ago when he fell asleep with a strange pendant around his neck. Since then, all anyone talked about was magic. Other students behind him gossiped, thinking Mofan didn't understand the subject because he exited the building quickly. Mubai, one of the students, was excited about their senior school, where they would become mages after passing the entrance exam they just took. Coming from an ice-talented family, everyone assumed Mubai would have ice talent too. Mofan's father came to pick him up. Mo was disappointed since he had only 3 months to prepare for an exam covering 9 years of material. His father told him about a driving job he found for Mo in a neighboring city with his uncle Guanfeng. However, Mo wanted to become a mage. His father tried to persuade him to start working early since Mo's performance wasn't enough to meet the entrance requirements. Determined, Mo convinced his father to let him try. As Mo and his friend walked home, they saw Mo's father begging Mr. Mu to get Mo admitted to the senior magic school. Mr. Mu was stubborn because Mo once tried to elope with the Mu family's heiress. Despite his father's loyalty, Mr. Mu called Mo a failure and said if he wanted to be a mage, he should study hard. Mo's father offered to do anything to get Mo admitted. Seizing the opportunity, Mr. Mu demanded Mo Jiaxing's house. With no other option, Mo Jiaxing agreed. Watching from a distance, Mo thought the world was cruel to the poor. At home, Jiaxing told Mo he got him admitted to the magic school, lying about a friend being the director. He also lied about renting the house since Mo would live at school and he would be driving. Jiaxing mentioned Miss Mu's return and Mo promised to study hard and become the greatest mage ever. He recalled the time he tried to elope with Mu Ningxu and was beaten by the Mu family. The school starts with a magic awakening ceremony that day. In class, Mo's pendant began to shine. However, a bully began taunting him, thinking he wouldn't even awaken the weakest of all the element. The ceremony began with Mubai's ice awakening, showing his talent with an ice logo and 1 star on his badge, indicating strength. Ice is considered pretty strong in this world. As Mubai taunted Mofan, calling him a loser, it was now Mo's turn as the class buzzed with boredom. Mofan walked to the crystal, and suddenly a bright purple light shone outside. Everyone rushed to see who awakened the powerful thunder element, leaving Mo alone in the class to awaken. As the class rushed outside to witness the awakening of the rare thunder element, which occurs only once in every 10,000 people, Mofan continued his awakening alone in the classroom. Suddenly, he felt heat in his palm and saw the crystal ball in front of him change from purple to red, indicating the fire element. Mo realized he had awakened both thunder and fire elements simultaneously. When the students returned, they were astonished to see Mo had awakened the fire element. No one could believe a loser like Mo could have such a talent. Only 2 students had awakened the fire element, and Mo was one of them, making Mubai grit his teeth in anger. Mo, feeling overconfident, imagined what others would have said if they had seen the purple lightning alongside the fire element. He began to see himself as a genius, planning to reveal his thunder element when the time was right. However, realistically, the only thing he's a genius at is nothing. 2 months later, the teacher was instructing the class about Stardust and the spiritual world, explaining how to use magic release. Full concentration was required for magic release, otherwise one had to start over. The teacher called Mubai to demonstrate. Mubai could control 5 stars, and it took controlling all 7 stars to use magic release. The fat bully seized every chance to taunt Mo, claiming he would flunk by the end of the year. Mo could only control 1 fire star but 6 thunder stars. One day, Mo saw Xingxia being bullied in the park. Determined to help, he approached the bullies, summoning 6 thunder stars and knocking out the main bully. The other bullies fled, and Xingxia, Mo's disabled sister, was amazed by his magic. Mr. Mu laughed when Mubai reported that Mo was at the bottom of the class, predicting his eventual expulsion. Mo, reflecting on his father's sacrifices, tried to concentrate on his fire stars. During a bath, his water suddenly boiled, causing him to jump out. Xingxia brought Mo a cake and asked how he mastered the Wrath of Thunder in less than 6 months. She suspected he had sought help from the Black Curia, a cult that accelerates skill improvement. Mo denied it and asked her to keep his secret. He worried that others might think he had used the Black Curia's help, which could get him in trouble, so he decided to focus on his fire element. The next day, in class, Mo noticed all the students drooling as he turned around to see a beautiful, mature woman behind him. The teacher introduced herself as Miss Tang, their new practical magic teacher.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
She asked the students with the fire element to stand. Only 3 stood, including Mo, who was continually taunted by the fat bully. Miss Tang demonstrated her powers, shocking everyone with a level 1 fire spell, Fire Burst, one of the weakest, strongest fire spells. Mr. Mu was advising Mu Bai to work harder to impress Miss Mu during the end-of-year exams. Mu Bai was discussing with his uncle, Mr. Mu, about their plan to force Mo Fan to quit school. Mu Bai doubted Mo's incompetence, thinking he was just a weak student who scored a D on the entrance exam. However, Mr. Mu had other plans. He showed Mu Bai a black magic stone that could absorb the light of the crystal ball. This stone would ensure Mo Fan did poorly in the exams. Mr. Mu still held a grudge against Mo Fan for eloping with Mu Ningsu. The examiner, who worked for Mr. Mu, would place the stone in the crystal ball when it was Mo's turn. Mo Fan was struggling to control the stars and practice magic. His powers were fading, and he could now only control 5 stars. With less than a month left until the final exam, which would test basic magical abilities, Mo felt the pressure. He knew he had a better chance of impressing the Mu family if he could harness more power. Determined, Mo stood up to practice again but collapsed, gasping for breath. He doubted his strength. The next day, the teacher explained the crystal bell, a magic stone that measures magical power. The brighter the crystal glows, the more powerful the candidate. Grades would be based on this brightness. Mu Bai asked if magic release was important this year. The teacher replied that it wasn't essential, but any student capable of performing it would be moved to the elite class and receive a star bracelet to help them progress faster. Mu Bai coveted the star bracelet. On the exam day, the students gathered on the exam grounds as the head of the Mu family addressed them. Mu Ningsu, also present, was the center of attention due to her talent and early admission to the Imperial College at 15. Mu Bai planned to embarrass Mo Fan in front of her. The professor called Mu Ningsu to showcase her powers, and she broke the crystal with her strength. Zaya, who was next and received enough from the crystal bell. He attempted magic release but failed, prompting laughter from the crowd. Miss Tang encouraged Zaya, who despite his failure. Mu Bai achieved an S grade and attempted magic release, earning a B. All eyes were on Mo Fan as Mr. Mu's man hid the black magic stone under the crystal. The stone absorbed Mo Fan's magic, causing everyone to laugh at him. Mr. Mu criticized him harshly. When Mo Fan tried again, the crystal broke and he received a B, prompting more taunts. Miss Tang proposed retesting Mo Fan's abilities, suspecting a faulty crystal ball. Despite objections, a new crystal ball was brought in. To everyone's shock, Mo Fan's abilities were graded S, even brighter than Mu Bai's. Mo Fan decided to attempt magic release. Furious, Mu Bai watched as Mo Fan's true talent was revealed. The students were stunned when Mo Fan used his magic release to burn down the wooden target. The professor graded him with an A, shocking everyone, as it showed Mo was better than Mu Bai and the rest. The headmaster, impressed by Mo's talent, asked Mr. Mu if Mo was part of the Mu family. Mr. Mu, grudgingly, said Mo was just the son of their driver. This impressed the professor even more, seeing Mo's improvement without any family backing. Mu Ningsu's father, Mr. Mu Zhaoan, called Mo to commend him and offered him a star bracelet, asking him to forget the past. Mr. Mu tried to interfere, suggesting the bracelet should go to Mu Bai, but Mu Zhaoan told Mu Bai to work harder for it. Mo's teacher told him to accept the bracelet and thank Mu Zhaoan. However, stubborn as ever, Mo called Zhaoan an old weirdo. Still holding grudges against the Mu family for how they treated him and his father, Mo declined the offer to join the Mu family, even if Zhaoan paid him or let him marry his daughter. Furious, Zhaoan was about to release his magic when the principal intervened, telling him to control himself. The principal also asked Mo to apologize for disrespecting an elder. But Mo, being Mo, insisted that the one who needed to apologize was Zhaoan for breaking into his house and injuring his father, who still suffers from the injuries. Zhaoan called Mo and his father scum, saying they didn't deserve his apologies. Mr. Wu stepped in, trying to provoke the principal to expel Mo, but the principal wasn't in the mood to be ordered around. Mu Bai challenged Mo to a duel to earn points in Zhaoan's eyes. The principal advised Mo to apologize, but Mo, ever the stubborn one, gladly accepted the duel. If Mo lost, he would kneel and apologize to Zhaoan. But if he won, Zhaoan would apologize to his father. Miss Tang jumped in, reminding them that the Mage Association forbids duels between underage mages. If they wanted a duel, they would have to wait 2 years. Zhaoan accepted the challenge and said his son, Yuang, would fight Mo in those 2 years. As Zhaoan left, Zaya, who told Mo that Yuang was much more powerful than Mu Bai. Mo realized he needed to work harder, knowing Zhaoan wouldn't forget the disrespect. The elite class began with Mo Fan at the top and Mu Bai second. Miss Tang continued teaching practical magic. She explained that each student would get a star bracelet for a month of practice, but Mo, who disrespected Zhaoan, would only get it for 10 days. Damaging the bracelet would result in expulsion and a ban from becoming a mage, and Mo wondered if his rapid progress was due to his loach pendant. On the training ground, Mo worked hard with his magic release. Mu Bai believed he would get stronger using the star bracelet more than Mo. Mo asked if Yuang was also using a star bracelet, to which Mu Bai replied that thanks to Mo, Yuang got to use it for 6 months straight. Mo was shocked to learn there were levels in star bracelets. He continued practicing after learning about his opponent. One night, as Mo was on the roof, his pendant moved towards the bracelet and suddenly ate it, shocking Mo. Miss Tang appeared, asking if he lost the bracelet. She told Mo to be honest and offered to help. Mo explained everything. Miss Tang, seeing his pendant, told Mo it was also magical gear that needed to be fed to progress. Mo realized his rapid skill improvement was due to the pendant. Miss Tang said she would take care of the bracelet but that he owed her, disappearing, leaving Mo confused. The elite class went on a field trip to a safe zone outside the city where monsters couldn't reach. Upon arrival, Chief Instructor Jan Kong addressed them and announced a bounty hunting mission. Whoever completed the mission would get in. The students hesitated, feeling like beginners, but Jan Kong taunted them, questioning if the elite class was full of cowards. Mo asked about the prize, and Kong said it was a magical armor he would personally gift to the winner. Motivated, the students prepared for the mission, but Mo was especially determined, knowing he needed the armor to stand a chance against his wealthy opponent from the Mu family. A group of students was climbing a mountain when they reached the top and realized they needed a bridge to cross to the other side. Everyone looked at Xinhu, a wind user, and asked him to jump to the other side and use his wind powers to create a bridge. Meanwhile, Mu Bei was leading another group of students through the valley. Both teams reached their designated location, right outside the cave of the one-eyed demon wolves. Instructor Kong had told them about this cave, which his unit cleared a month ago. The students needed to check if any wolves were left and retrieve Instructor Bai Yong's lost bracelet. Some students were scared to step in, while others were confident in their powers. Back at the base, Instructor Kong and Miss Tang were informed about the students' location and their performances. Kong mentioned to Miss Tang and another teacher that there was something important for the students in the cave. Miss Tang agreed but worried about Mo Fan, who had been relying on a pendant and might struggle with real danger. A fat bully kept exaggerating how Mu Bei would save everyone if there was trouble. The students reached the cave entrance using ropes. As they were entering, Mo Fan noticed something strange about a pond outside the cave. He thought it should be full from recent rain, but it was half empty. He suspected something big had drunk from it. Zaya, who didn't catch Mo's hints at first, but Mo explained that only something very large could drink so much water at once. Zaya, who ran to warn the others, but Mu Bei and the fat bully laughed and ignored him, continuing their mission. Suddenly, the teams encountered a huge one-eyed wolf demon and panicked. Mu Bei tried to use magic but failed and started running away in fear. Jumin wanted to use magic, but Mo Fan carried her to safety because casting magic takes time. Kong was watching, and he recognized the arch-wolf as one of his men's creations. Mu Bei used all his strength but couldn't hurt the arch-wolf. Jumin rushed back to attack the wolf, transforming into her magical outfit and attacking. The monster was unaffected and charged towards her. Jiaoting jumped in, using his thunder element to paralyze the wolf, but it wasn't strong enough to knock it out. The arch-wolf got up and ran back to the cave. Mo Fan transformed into his magical outfit and used a level 2 fire spell, finally damaging the wolf. Zhu Kong and Miss Tang were impressed by Mo Fan's spell and told Bai Yang to call off the wolf, but the wolf wasn't responding to his commands anymore. The arch-wolf was now out of control, forcing Zhu Kong to jump in to save the students. Instructor Kong stood ready with his wings spread out as the arch-wolf closed in on a terrified female student. Just as the wolf was about to attack her, Zaya who leapt in, using her wind magic to save the girl. Most of the students were hiding behind rocks, but Zaya who distracted the wolf, causing it to chase her. As the wolf pursued Zaya who, it ran into Mo, launching an attack on him. The strongest students, Jiaoteng, Mu Bei, and Zhu Min, were already down. Only Zaya who and Mo were still standing. They lured the wolf deeper into the cave to allow the other students to escape. The students outside the cave argued about whether they should go in to help Mo and Xiaohu. At that moment, Instructor Kong appeared in the sky, flapping his wings. The students quickly informed him about the situation and the wolf's location. The arch-wolf chased Mo and Xiaohu until they reached a dead end. The wolf attacked Mo, but Xiaohu took the hit. Mo then decided to use his thunder element to attack the wolf, but it didn't do much damage. In a desperate move, Mo attacked the ceiling, causing it to crumble and a large spike to fall, eliminating the wolf in moments. The spirit of the arch-wolf was absorbed by Mo's pendant. Mo rushed to check on Xiaohu, who was knocked down. He noticed Instructor Kong flying around the cave. Kong was about to launch an attack on the wolf when he realized it was already dead. Amazed, Kong couldn't believe a high school student had eliminated such a powerful beast. He started to examine how Mo managed to eliminate a wolf whose reflexes could dodge any falling stalactite. Mo interrupted and told him to check on Xiaohu, who needed help. Kong picked up Xiaohu and moved him to safety. Miss Tang and the other platoon members arrived in the cave, relieved to see the students alive and mostly unharmed. Bai Yang, furious at seeing his pet dead, started yelling at Instructor Kong, thinking he had eliminated it. Kong clarified that the wolf was already dead when he arrived and that Mo Fan was the one who eliminated it. This revelation shocked everyone, including Mo Fan's teacher, as the arch-wolf could easily take down experienced mages. Miss Tang asked Mo to confirm if he had eliminated the wolf. Mo explained how he did it. Bai Yang wept over his dead pet. Instructor Kong told everyone to leave Bai Yang alone for now. The other students began talking about how Mo was the best in the academy, even better than Jiaoteng and Mu Bei. Miss Tang reminded the students that while this was a test, real monsters were far more dangerous than the arch-wolf they just faced. Mo Fan received an S grade, while Mu Bei, Xiaohu, Zhaodeng, and Zhu Min got A grades for their efforts. Another instructor reminded Instructor Kong to reward Mo with the magic armor he had promised earlier. Although reluctant, Kong honored his promise and awarded Mo the magic armor. He also offered Mo a place in his unit after graduation. Instructor Tang was still thinking about how Mo might be hiding something about how he eliminated the arch-wolf. Instructor Kong returned to the cave to inspect the area. He found scorch marks where the wolf was eliminated and burned marks on the wolf's body. Suddenly, a subordinate informed Kong that another wolf monster had been spotted in the area, which infuriated him. Kong ordered his unit to prepare their weapons, determined to eradicate the monster. 2 months had passed, and Mo was relaxing on the roof of his dorm, meditating with his thunder stars and loach pendant. The pendant helped him progress 20% faster, allowing him to quickly level up from level 1 to level 2 magic release. Mo wondered how strong his thunder magic release would be at level 2 since it's the strongest element. He planned to level up his thunder element quickly by strengthening his loach pendant with a huge amount of energy. If it reached spirit level, he could progress 40% faster. Mo was also considering becoming a bounty hunter to engage in real combat and earn good money. Disguised as a masked man, Mo went to the bounty hunter's hall. There, he overheard 2 mages discussing lucrative tasks outside the safe zone, specifically in the North Valley, where one-eyed demon wolves were frequent. One task involved hunting an injured wolf that had escaped from the military, worth $300,000. Mo also heard them talking about monster hunter jobs that paid well and required less effort than bounty hunting. When one of the junior mages left, Mo approached the other mage, asking if monster hunters were recruiting. The mage pointed to a long line and told him not to waste his time since young mages didn't stand a chance against monsters. However, it was the perfect job for Mo since he couldn't leave the city because of school. The mage mentioned that teams preferred recruiting fire talents and would hire anyone with a thunder element without a second thought, even if they were inexperienced. Thunder element mages were highly sought after by wealthy individuals. Mo decided to head to the recruitment area. The leader of the monster hunters was quite cocky, thinking most people were a waste of time and that he was stronger than everyone else. Mo entered the room and lied about being a graduate to ease his hiring. He revealed that he was a thunder mage and demonstrated his talent, shocking everyone. The previous mage was also surprised. Suddenly, the captain rushed out of the room and recruited Mo Fan without hesitation. Despite his flaws, the rest of the interviewees were sent home. One of the team members happened to be Ningxu's cousin from the Mu family, making Mo scared of revealing his identity. Mo was introduced to the whole team when suddenly an assistant informed them about an emergency at Epigraph Girls Junior High School, which was Xingxia's school. Mo tried to call Xingxia but couldn't reach her. The police were outside the school when Mo and his team arrived on the scene. They split up to search for the monster. Xingxia called Mo, informing him about something suspicious, but assuring him she was safe. While talking, Mo suddenly encountered the monster hiding behind a glass door. The monster launched an attack on Mo, who managed to dodge at the last second with his fast reflexes. The cafeteria was now covered in flames due to the monster's attack, triggering the fire alarm. The team heard the loud explosion and rushed towards the sound. The monster jumped at Mo again, but Mo dodged. Just as the monster was about to attack with its laser eye, the team arrived and blocked the laser with a water barrier. The monster, now surrounded, started shooting lasers wildly. The captain jumped in, using his fire magic to roast the monster, and it dropped in front of Mo. The team calmed down for a moment, but suddenly, the monster came back to life and attacked a team member. Mo quickly knocked down the monster again, saving his teammate. The team members were shocked to see the Cyclops monster moving so fast even on the brink of death. The captain was furious at one of the team members for letting her guard down, which had put Chai Tang's life at risk. Impressed by Mo's quick thinking and bravery, the captain made him a full-time member of the team. Mo was happy at heart, knowing he would receive a salary and bonuses. The monster's spirit was consumed by Mo's loach pendant, and he was surprised to see that no one else noticed it. The team continued their search for a missing girl and found a deep tunnel covered with Cyclops footprints. They suspected the girl had been dragged through the tunnel by the Cyclops. The association took over the matter and the team headed back to their office. On the way back, the captain complimented Mo, acknowledging he was better than expected. When Mo returned to his dorm, he saw Xingxia near a telephone booth. She had heard the fight over the phone and thought Mo was injured. Mo calmed her down and told her about his first experience. The next day, Mo received his first paycheck and was overjoyed. At the Mu family house, Mr. Mu informed Yuang that his master wanted to see him. Yuang, who was swimming, came out of the pool, dissatisfied with his progress but still not considering Mo a worthy opponent. Mu Zhaoan told Yuang about his plans to celebrate Yuang's coming of age by inviting the upper class for dinner. While Mu Zhaoan didn't consider Mo a worthy opponent, he couldn't refuse the principal's request for a duel. Mu Zhaoan wanted Yuang to have the opportunity to participate in the Sacred Spring, where only one person was chosen to practice. The school wanted that opportunity, as did other families. Meanwhile, Mu Bei was talking to Mr. Mu about how the master favored Yuang. Mr. Mu also planned to steal the opportunity for the Sacred Spring and told Mu Bei to prepare for it. Mr. Mu was determined to ensure that Mo wouldn't win against Yuang. The next day, after class, Xinhu asked Mo about his sudden habit of being late, and if Zhu Min had feelings for him. Just then, Zhu Min approached Mo and asked if he was free that night. Mo wondered if she liked him because he had saved her before. Zhu asked Mo to meet her at the back gate that night. Mo thought about how average couples meet at hotels, but it seemed strange that Min chose this place. Zhu told Mo about some suspicious tremors coming from an abandoned building nearby. People believed the place was haunted and Zhu wanted Mo's support to inspect it, but Mo sighed when he found out why Zhu approached him. They entered the building through a window, and while Mo was looking around, Zhu kicked the door open, giving Mo a mini heart attack. Mo took out revealing powder to trace monsters, surprising Zhu since it's only used by bounty hunters. The powder indicated the presence of monsters, shocking Zhu. Mo started analyzing the footprints and realized it was something other than a cyclops. The moon shone brightly, revealing a one-eyed demon fox feasting on flesh. Zhu panicked and insisted they escape, still traumatized by an encounter with an arch-wolf. Mo told Zhu to evacuate and inform the authorities. Zhu, being smart, had already dialed 91. The dialing sound caught the demon fox's attention. Mo grabbed Zhu and started running, taunting her for calling in front of a signal-sensing monster. The fox chased them. Mo tried a fire spell to shake it off, but it was a tough one. Mo told Zhu to escape while he handled the fox. He stood in front of the fox, blocking its attack with a magic armor. Mo was out of breath. Monster hunters arrived on the scene. Zhu had informed them about the monster and Mo's struggle. Mo had already sent a signal to his team, and Chai Tang, who was nearby, hurried to the location. Suddenly, Tang and Yuang appeared, using their creeping ice to freeze the demon. Chai Tang recognized Mo Fan and told Yuang that this was the same kid who had disrespected their family. Tang yelled at Mo Fan to escape. Yuang laughed at Mo for escaping so quickly, despite his reputation at school. Chai Tang informed her captain and asked him to call Fan Mo immediately, as they needed his thunder power to sedate the fox. Mo changed his outfit and rushed back with a mask on. The rest of the team was also there. They ordered Mo to zap the fox with thunder as fire would melt the ice. The captain had contacted the association, and they were sending Zhuo Yang. All they could do now was wait. Suddenly, the demon fox broke free from the ice and started evolving to warrior level. The monster was too strong for them. One team member suggested retreating until help arrived, but the captain felt responsible for the citizens relying on their safety. The demon wolf continued evolving into a thorn-faced wolf. The captain ordered the team to attack with combined force before the demon wolf could fully evolve into something beyond their ability. Rocky used earth magic to cause a tremor and prevent the wolf from escaping. The captain ordered Xiaoke to prepare her water defense quickly since the opponent was fast. The wolf's blood began boiling and melting the ice. The captain attacked the wolf with his most powerful fire spell, but the wolf got back on its feet and started attacking. Xiaoke managed to stop the wolf for a few moments, allowing Mo to carry her to safety behind a vehicle. The captain then used a level 2 cremation spell, but the wolf remained standing. Rocky used rock pillars, but they weren't enough, and the wolf destroyed Xiaoke's water wall. In the process of saving the captain, he got injured after being thrown by the wolf. Mo jumped in to launch a level 2 thunder spell, temporarily halting the wolf's evolution. Rocky and Chai Tang took the captain to safety, while the wolf started resisting Mo's magic. Everyone urged Mo to retreat, but he was too stubborn to leave. He wanted to see who would go down first. The team feared they would die there. They suggested retreating, but the captain prioritized the citizens' lives over his own. The captain joined Mo in attacking the monster. Suddenly, a huge wave of water washed away the demon wolf. Backup had arrived in the form of Zhuo Yang, who used mid-level water magic, a tsunami, and a tornado to attack the demon wolf, and the demon wolf is thrown to the ground. As the monster died, Mo walked towards it and absorbed the wolf demon's spirit with his pendant. After absorbing the spirit, Mo walked with Yang, admiring his mid-level magic. Yang also admired Mo's efforts in thunder magic, telling him he would become a mid-level thunder mage and eventually surpass him. Chai Tang informed Yang about the frequent appearance of monsters, which was alarming. Yang decided not to alarm the situation to avoid causing panic among citizens. Instead, they should hire more people to patrol and investigate further. Yang told the captain he was impressed by their new member. Yang was shocked to hear they had just hired Mo Fan. Mo returned to his school and tried to sneak back into his room when suddenly Zhu Min appeared behind him and hugged him. Mo was confused yet didn't miss the opportunity to feel the softness of her embrace. Min thanked Mo for saving her grandmother. Later, Mo was checking if his pendant had evolved. Suddenly, it started shining, indicating a power-up. Mo Fan laughed, thinking he could now level up to the 3rd level and beat the cocky rivals. Mo gave some money to Xinxia to buy something for herself and teased her a bit. Xinxia told Mo that she had awakened a healing talent, which was surprising since beginners aren't usually able to surpass elements, but Xinxia was an exception. Mo was meditating under a tree while Xiaohu rested beside him. They talked about how fast time flies. Mo had been busy with school and monster hunting, and he had grown a lot. Xiaohu reminded him about his upcoming duel with the arrogant Yuang, which was approaching quickly. Mu Zhaoan had invited celebrities from all over town to watch the duel. Suddenly, Miss Tang appeared and informed Mo that the principal wished to see him. Before leaving, Mo asked Miss Tang if he could visit her place at night for help with his fire magic. Zaya, who was shocked to see Mo talking to Miss Tang like that. When Mo met with the principal, he learned that Mu Xiaoan had invited celebrities from all over the city to make a statement. The principal revealed that Mu Xiaoan wanted to achieve 3 things: defeat Mo, make his son Yuang famous, and secure the opportunity for his son to train at the sacred spring. Mo remembered that the mutated wolf had absorbed the power of the sacred spring and almost evolved into a thorn-faced wolf. If Mo could train there, he might be able to progress to mid-level easily. The principal explained the history of the sacred spring, which was 1,000 years old. Its power was decreasing, and the city convention only allowed one top mage to train there. Yuang had already defeated others his age, so it was either Mo or Yuang who would train at the sacred spring. The teacher mentioned that Yuang had access to vast resources, magic weapons, and armor. Though they didn't have much faith in Mo, they hoped he could bring recognition to their school. At the Mu family's mansion, the waiters gossiped about how Mo would embarrass himself and his father. Mu Xiaoan had also invited Mo's father. He talked to his daughter about Yuang and Mo's duel and how he had raised Yuang alone. Mu Xiaoan wanted to humiliate Mo. Ningxu stood up and left the room for a stroll. That night, Mo watched the Mu family mansion from a hill when Ningxu appeared and sat beside him. Mo talked about the duel and how her father spared no effort in supporting Yuang. Ningxu explained that Yuang was adopted by her father when he was 7 and followed every order without mercy. She feared Mo would lose and wanted him to avoid the duel. However, Mo wanted to avenge his father and regain his dignity, remembering the humiliation when Mu Xiaoan beat his father. The next day, Mo walked to the fighting area as luxury cars passed by. Mo's team was also invited as guests. Chai Tang was greeting Rocky and others when Mo arrived. Chai Tang didn't recognize Mo and started bad-mouthing him. Mo remembered that his team only recognized him as Fan Mo with thunder magic and ignored Chai Tang's words. Mo tried to speak gently, but Chai Tang wanted to get rid of him. Rocky and Xiaok were suspicious that their team member and Mo Fan were the same person. Mo was eating when Instructor Kong appeared behind him. Kong wanted Mo to join the military and promised to take care of him. Mo preferred the city over the mountains and ignored the offer. He heard people talking about Yuang being the next leader of the family but focused on his food. His classmates arrived to cheer him up. The ceremony started with Mu Xiaoan addressing the guests. The atmosphere was electric as the captain arrived outside the arena in his armored vehicle. Guests were gathering inside the seating area, eagerly anticipating the duel. Yuang entered the arena with a cocky look, flaunting at least 3 magical gears. Mu Xiaoan started the match with a small speech, deliberately omitting Mo's name. Mo Fan and Yuang shook hands, with Yuang threatening Mo that he would be bedridden for 3 months. Mo confidently retorted, telling Yuang to worry about himself. The duel began with Yuang's creeping ice level 2. Mo defended against the ice magic with a fire burst. Miss Tang, observing the match, knew that Mo was fearless. Mo attacked Yuang with cremation, which Yuang dodged using his magical shoes that enhanced his speed. Mo tried again, but Yuang kept dodging. Instructor Kong called it a cheap trick, noting that Mo had high magic accuracy, but Yuang's magical shoes allowed him to evade the attacks. Yuang taunted Mo's fire magic as pathetic, despite using his magical gears. He started freezing the arena with level 3 ice magic, impressing the guests. Mo struggled to defend against the ice attack, and his flame died suddenly. The principal urged Mu Xiaoan to stop the duel, fearing for Mo's life, but Mu Xiaoan, wanting to humiliate Mo, let it continue. Desperate, Mo focused on his stars and managed to align all 7, launching a level 3 fire burst at Yuang. The attack caused a huge explosion, leaving Yuang on his knees. Miss Tang was shocked at Mo mastering level 3 magic. The guests were amazed that someone like Mo could go toe-to-toe with a privileged family member. However, Yuang stood up unharmed, protected by his ice armor. Mu Xiaoan had underestimated Mo, thinking the armor unnecessary. The teacher confronted Mu Xiaoan for being unfair, allowing Yuang to use magical gears against an opponent with none. Miss Tang agreed that Mo could have won with the level 3 attack. Mu Xiaoan dismissed the allegations, claiming that background power is a privilege for the elite. Mo, out of breath, was advised by Instructor Kong to forfeit, as Yuang's magic armor was fireproof, making it seem impossible for Mo to win. Yuang mocked Mo for being the son of a poor driver, triggering memories of Mo's father's sacrifices. Determined to win, Mo decided to use his trump card, the thunder element. Mu Xiaoan was shocked beyond belief to see Mo wielding thunder magic. The guests were equally stunned, realizing Mo was a dual-element mage. Rocky recognized Mo as their team member, Fan Mo. Mo began charging up his attack, with Yuang now scared to death. Mo unleashed a level 3 Thunder Dragon, which Yuang's ice shield couldn't withstand. The attack shattered Yuang's armor into pieces. Miss Tang was astounded by the penetrating power of Mo's attacks. Mo Fan stood tall, with both elements in each hand. The principal and others were in awe of this blessed child with 2 powerful elements, honed to such a level, and Mo Fan declares himself the winner of this duel. After the battle, Mo Fan approached Yuang's father, Zhu Yun, who owed him an apology. Zhu Yun, recognizing Mo Fan's strength and honor, knelt before Mo Fan's father and apologized in front of everyone. He then declared Mo Fan the winner and awarded him the right to train in the underground holy spring for 7 days. The crowd erupted in cheers for Mo Fan, while medics attended to the defeated Yuang. Later, the school threw a party in Mo Fan's honor to celebrate his victory and his unique dual elements. During the celebration, the teacher praised Mo Fan, telling him that with his talents, he could easily join any school, association, or even the army. He encouraged Mo Fan to continue working hard, especially with his upcoming training at the underground holy spring, which could secure his entry into the magic university. Mo Fan's friends were thrilled for him, knowing that the spring would help him grow even stronger. After the party, Mo Fan decided to visit his father. Meanwhile, in a hidden underground base, Yuang was being punished by mysterious figures for not only losing to Mo Fan, but also losing the opportunity to train at the underground holy spring. One of Mo Fan's classmates asked his friend Zio for help with release magic training. As they wandered through the market, they saw Mo Fan pushing Xinzia's wheelchair as they left a shop. Mo Fan had bought Xinzia a bracelet for her 16th birthday. Despite many other options, she chose a simple one that even Mo Fan thought was unattractive. Zio, who greeted them, surprised to see Mo Fan at the market instead of training at the hot spring. After a brief chat, Mo Fan bid farewell to them and continued on his way to the underground holy spring. Upon reaching the underground holy spring, Mo Fan was greeted by Miss Tang and Zhu Yun, who escorted him to the training arena. Before parting, Miss Tang gave Mo Fan a star map book, which would help him with mid-tier magic once he reached that level. As Mo Fan continued walking, he ran into Zhu Da Wang, a member of their hunter party, who was still amazed that Mo Fan had come so far. Huang reminded Mo Fan of the missing girl from Mingwen Middle School. The girl standing with Huang was the protector of the underground holy spring and the missing girl's elder sister, still searching for clues. Huang mentioned they had found traces of another one-eyed giant rat in the tunnel beneath the cafeteria, along with a strange fluid that might be connected to the underground holy spring. The protector tested the fluid and discovered it was similar to the spring water, but had the opposite effect, likely causing the rats to go berserk. Mo Fan finally entered the underground holy spring, immediately feeling the effects as he sat in the hot spring. His pendant started shining briefly, indicating something significant was happening. Meanwhile, Mo Fan's father was delivering goods to Zhang's military base. The soldiers there praised Mo Fan, filling his father with pride, even as they jokingly commented on the strange color of the rainwater. The protector of the underground holy spring quickly informed Huang about the alarming discovery she had just made. Huang asked her to guide Mo Fan if he emerged from his training. As Huang left the base, he noticed something unsettling about the rain. Meanwhile, Zhang grew increasingly worried about his 4th patrol team, which hadn't returned from their mission. He had a gut feeling that something was wrong. Out in the field, the 4th patrol team was diligently performing their duties. The senior officer instructed his subordinates to use light element signals in emergencies to avoid attracting monsters, as communication devices could draw them in. Suddenly, a one-eyed demon wolf ambushed the team, tearing one of the soldiers to pieces. The remaining members sent out multiple emergency signals to headquarters. Zhang was informed of the dire situation via communication devices, but it was too late. The rest of the patrol team was surrounded by a pack of one-eyed wolves and met a gruesome end. Zhang immediately declared a state of emergency, raising the level 4 blood red signal. Inside the Uz, Mo Fan was deep in meditation, trying to control all 7 stars but struggling to do so. Completely unaware of the chaos unfolding outside, he continued his intense training. Mr. Zhu and Miss Tang, however, heard the sudden alarm and began gathering the students in the classrooms. Zio, who was with his friend, asked Mr. Zhu about the alarm. Zhu explained that monsters had likely appeared in the town, throwing the city into utter chaos. Miss Tang heroically saved a child from being attacked by a cyclops wolf, but then she heard a loud roar in the sky. When she looked up, she saw a fearsome, massive dragon known as Pterolicus. Zhang's army was fiercely battling the wolves, but even one of Zhang's most experienced commanders was brutally killed by a white, 3-eyed thorn wolf. Zhang's subordinates updated him on the city's dire situation, leaving Zhang in disbelief. He was confused, knowing that the Zufeng Mountains, the only entry point into the town, were still guarded. Despite this, he ordered an evacuation of the citizens to the safety barrier, and split his men into 2 groups, one defensive and one offensive. Meanwhile, Mo Fan's father was on his way home when a one-eyed demon wolf spotted him. Back in the Uz, Mo Fan was remembering Miss Tang's teachings about reaching the nebula level, which would increase his mana and make controlling stars easier. To achieve this, Mo had to control 49 stars and create a star chart, which was why Miss Tang had given him the star chart map. Mo Fan briefly wondered if Miss Tang had a crush on him. The dragon landed on the tallest building in the city, adding to the chaos. Zhu Yun and Xingnu were trying to leave their building when they were stopped by a group of one-eyed wolves. Xingnu froze multiple monsters, but her father was injured in the process. She quickly took her father and escaped on their spirit companion, worried about Mo Fan, who was still inside the Uz. Mo Fan continued working on forming the star map when suddenly the building began to shake. A swarm of one-eyed rats had infiltrated the Uz. When Mo Fan went outside to see what was happening, he saw the rats attacking the guards. Just as the monsters were about to attack him, the protector, Lin Yuxin, saved him and locked them both inside the training room. Lin introduced herself as the deputy captain of the US. Mo Fan was anxious about getting out, but Lin pressed a hidden switch that drained all the water from the training arena into a spirit vase. The entire area dried up, and they began making their way down to the emergency exit. As they walked, Lin explained that the Black Curia had created the Spring of Rage, which resembled the US but had the opposite effects, and had infused it into the rain. They eventually emerged from the emergency exit, which led to a hill behind their school. But as they stepped outside, Lin was shocked by the sight before them. The city was overrun with monsters, and a massive dragon loomed over it all. A group of punks was trying to hide from the monsters, and one of them suggested they head to his nearby house for safety. As they made their way there, they stumbled upon a horrifying sight. A one-eyed demon wolf was feasting on a man's remains. The punks tried to back away quietly, but one of them accidentally stepped on an empty can, making just enough noise to catch the monster's attention. Panicking, they scattered in different directions, but none of them could escape the wolf's terror. The monster quickly hunted them down, making them its next meal. Meanwhile, Mo Fan was horrified by the chaos unfolding in the city. Lin Yuxin explained that the city was under Code Blood, the highest level of alert, which meant they were under attack by a monster army. Lin had never imagined witnessing such devastation, and Mo Fan couldn't help but worry about the safety of his family. At the same time, Xinxia was nearly caught by a monster, but a brave stranger saved her just in time and led her to a safer spot. The building they were in wasn't secure either, so the stranger suggested they move to the underground market, where heavy steel doors offered better protection. Determined to find his father and Xinxia, Mo Fan decided to head into the city. Before he left, Lin handed him a vase containing all the water from the sacred spring and instructed him to take it to the safety barrier. She trusted Mo Fan with the sacred spring because no one would suspect him of having it. However, Mo Fan was more concerned about his family than the spring. Lin gave him a reality check, reminding him of the people who had already lost their loved ones in this monster invasion. She shared the story of how her own sister was taken by a cyclops, but despite that, Lin had never abandoned her mission. Mo Fan, realizing the gravity of the situation, handed Lin a photo of his family, asking her to look after them if she found them. Mo Fan's father, Jiangxing, was on his way back to town when he ran into Muhi, whose car had broken down. Muhi hopped into Jiangxing's truck and urged him to drive to the safety barrier, but Jiangxing was determined to find Mo Fan first. Despite this, they still headed downtown. The rain finally stopped, and Zhang was preparing to go into the city, but Yang Zuo stopped him, volunteering to go instead. Zhang agreed, allowing Yang to take on the dangerous task. Back at Mo Fan's school, the situation was dire. Many of his friends had already been hunted down by the monsters, and only a few were still trying to escape. Among the survivors was Mu Bai, who was leading the remaining students to the stadium, saving others along the way. Xiao, who was hiding from a cyclops when he was suddenly found and surrounded by monsters. He quickly grabbed his friend and teleported to a safer floor, but a one-eyed wolf managed to follow them. The wolf attacked Xiao who told his friend Yu to leave him and save herself. But Yu refused to abandon Xiao Hu. Just when things seemed hopeless, a thunderbolt struck down the one-eyed wolf. It was Mo Fan. The wolf got back up and deflected Mo Fan's second attack, but with Xiao Hu's help, they managed to burn the wolf down. Mo Fan then instructed them to head to the stadium, where they would have a better chance of surviving. The surviving students had gathered at the stadium, where Mu Bai and the others also arrived. The school director and teachers were inside, anxiously discussing their dire situation. One of the teachers informed the director about a massive horde of demon wolves heading straight for the stadium. However, there was little they could do since the city was under Code Blood, the highest level of emergency. One teacher suggested they should move towards the safety barrier, warning that staying put would only make them sitting ducks for the wolves. But while the teachers could move out easily, the large group of students with them would be easily spotted by the monsters. Another teacher cowardly suggested leaving the students behind and saving themselves, pointing out that the capital had already fallen. But the other teachers quickly rejected this idea. Teacher Zhu proposed forming a pioneer team to scout the path ahead, and this suggestion was supported by the director and the other teachers. Zhu decided to select the pioneer team from his class of talented students. As they were gathering students for the pioneer team, Mo Fan entered the stadium with Xiao Hu. Mo knew that being part of the Exodus team was extremely dangerous since many of the students were inexperienced and scared. They would have to rely heavily on luck, as they could handle one monster, but an entire horde awaited them outside. Jiaoting, a nervous student, suggested to Mu Bai that they should be part of the Exodus team, but Mu Bai echoed Mo Fan's sentiment and decided to join the Pioneer team instead. Mo Fan also volunteered for the Pioneer team, and the students, who hadn't noticed his arrival until then, cheered up at the sight of him. Meanwhile, Lin Yuxin was in the midst of a battle with a black beast monster. She was about to be devoured when Yang Zuo saved her. Lin explained that black beasts were the talons of the Black Curia, with every member possessing one of these creatures. Yang was still unsure of the Black Curia's true motives, but they knew the group was after the sacred spring. Young asked Lin about the spring, and she informed him that she had entrusted it to Mo Fan. Though she didn't know Mo Fan's current location, she assumed he was moving towards the safety barrier. Yang appreciated Lin's quick thinking in using Mo to secure the sacred spring. They then split up to find Mo Fan, while the pioneer team started making their way toward the barrier. Outside the barrier, Mu Ningxu and Zhu Yun had arrived, and Ningxu asked a soldier for a doctor to tend to her father's wounds. The soldier took care of Zhu Yun. Back with the pioneer team, Mr. Zhu ordered them to scout around and find a safe route. Xiao Hu, who was checking ahead, saw a cyclops devouring a child. Janting, who was with him, arrogantly believed he could handle the cyclops on his own. By the time Mo Fan arrived, the cyclops had already disappeared. Mr. Zhu then ordered the wind mages to use their speed to scout the area rapidly. As the students spread out, one of the wind mages, Zhang Yinglu, was attacked by the cyclops. Mo Fan was shocked to see his friend covered in blood. The other students from the team arrived, and Mo Fan took down several cyclops, with Mr. Zhu finishing them off with his light magic. The pioneer team was devastated by the loss of a member so soon after leaving the stadium. Despite the setback, Mo Fan decided they needed to keep moving forward to protect the remaining students. After giving Zhang Yinglu a proper farewell, Mr. Zhu was impressed by how calm Mo Fan had remained during the attack. Mo Fan revealed that he had joined the City Hunters in his sophomore year and had 2 years of fighting experience, though he had never witnessed such a calamity before. Xiao, who returned to report the presence of 3 one-eyed demon wolves at different locations. Janting started getting cocky again, but Mo Fan warned him that one-eyed wolves were no joke. They were even more dangerous than Cyclops, as he had fought one before. Mo Fan instructed Xiao Hu to distract the monsters near the fountain to clear the way, and advised him to move in zigzag or circular patterns since wolves had trouble with those movements. Xiao, who was hesitant at first but decided to trust Mo Fan. Mo Fan also told Mu Bai to use his ice magic to stall the monster by the woods. The pioneer team, inspired by Mo Fan's leadership, decided to follow his orders and felt a renewed sense of motivation. A hungry one-eyed wolf prowled around the fountain, lucky enough to find some student corpses to feast on. Xiao, who, as ordered, was trying to figure out how to distract the monster without getting himself killed, while the rest of the team planned to take down another wolf at the rock garden. The idea was to eliminate them one by one. Xiao, who was trying to convince himself that he could do it, that he wouldn't let the team down. He started imagining how he'd pull off the distraction without becoming the wolf's dinner. But the demon wolf suddenly noticed him and attacked. Xiao, who began jumping around, but he wasn't fast enough and got injured. He cursed the method Mo Fan had taught him, thinking it was useless. As he continued running, the demon wolf, much faster than him, landed another blow on his back. Just as Xiao, who was about to become the wolf's next meal, he used a quick trick to save himself and hide. The wolf started searching for its night snack while Xiao, who desperately thought of how to escape without letting the wolf turn its attention toward Mo Fan. Then, Xiao, who remembered a tactic that might work. The demon wolf sensed Xiao, whose presence under a nearby shade and leaped to attack, but it was only a shadow cast by Xiao, whose wind magic. The wolf was injured by the falling debris from the shade, slowing it down. Furious, the wolf charged at Xiao Hu again, but he found another spot to use to his advantage. The wolf was fooled once more by Xiao Hu's wind magic and ended up getting impaled by iron rods. Meanwhile, Mu Bai was trying to freeze another one-eyed demon wolf with his ice magic, but he wasn't strong enough to completely immobilize it. Zhao Kunsen suggested they should flee, but Mu Bai stubbornly kept trying. At the same time, Mo Fan and another thunder user were attempting to roast the wolf with their lightning attacks. Xiao, who returned to the team, collapsing near Hiyi. When she screamed, Mr. Zhu rushed over, but they couldn't stop the bleeding. Mu Bai and Zhu returned to the team as well, but they had accidentally brought another one-eyed wolf with them. Mo Fan decided to handle it, telling the others to focus on the wounded wolf. Charging his fire element, Mo Fan signaled Zhu and Mu Bai to get down, then delivered a perfect hit on the monster. Even though the wolf tried to get back up, Mo Fan finished it off with a powerful combination of thunder and fire, reducing the wolf to ashes. Mu Bai was stunned, wondering when Mo Fan had become so powerful. Meanwhile, Jiangxing and Muhi were on their way to downtown when their car's tire burst. As Jiangxing started fixing the tire, Muhi sat comfortably. When Jiangxing went to ask for help, he found that Muhi had fled, leaving him alone. Back at the stadium, Mr. Zhu praised the students for defeating 3 one-eyed demon wolves, an almost impossible feat for undergraduates. The students credited Mo Fan for leading them to victory. Mo Fan then gave them tips on how to use their respective elements and laid out their next plan. He instructed Mu Bai to use his creeping ice to protect the group. But Zhu, the fat ball lifter, interrupted, saying that Mu Bai wouldn't just act as a handyman and fight defensively. Fed up with Zhu's nonsense, Mo Fan threatened him to keep quiet. Mo Fan told Hiyi to team up with Mr. Zhu to protect the Exodus team. He, still blaming herself for Zhang Yinglu's death, was cheered up by Xiao, who before he lost consciousness again. Zhu warned everyone that if they didn't stop the bleeding, they would lose another student. Bandaging or using fire wouldn't work on wounds caused by a one-eyed demon wolf. They needed a special hemostatic agent. Zhu remembered that there was a pharmacy on on Food Street, just in front of the garden, where they could find the medication. Mo Fan decided to go to the pharmacy himself. Xiao, who, waking up briefly, tried to stop Mo, telling him not to waste time and just leave him behind for the sake of the other students. But Mo Fan was determined not to let his friend die. Wang Sangpang used his wave detection magic to scan the area but found no monsters nearby. He then carried the injured Xiao, who on his back as the pioneer team continued moving forward. Mu Bei reminded everyone to stay alert, as the unusually calm surroundings could mean danger was lurking. As they walked, Mu Bei suddenly sensed something and went to check, discovering a massive three-eyed white thorn wolf. Realizing they were now facing a warrior-level monster, Mu Bei knew the situation had just become much more dangerous. Meanwhile, Lin Yuxin was battling two warrior-level monster rats while helping citizens, when Bai Yong arrived on his pet archwolf to rescue her. Bai Yong asked why Lin was still in the city and if she planned to leave. Lin inquired about the safety of Zufeng Mountain, knowing that Bai Yong had just come from there. Bai Yong explained that they had abandoned the Zufeng post because there was no point in holding it now that the monsters had infiltrated the city. He informed Lin that he was heading to Sky Magic High School to protect the students. His archwolf could move freely through the city, unlike most mages. Lin realized that even though the Black Curia might not know the location of the sacred spring, she needed to distract them to buy more time. She decided to leave the task of finding and protecting Mo Fan to the military and let Bai Yong continue his mission to Sky Magic High School. Meanwhile, Mo Fan was searching for the hemostatic agent, reminiscing about the good times he had shared with Xiao Hu. Zhu was confused about how the monster hierarchy worked and asked Mu Bei about it. Mu Bei explained that, just like mages, monsters also have levels. The Cyclops and demon wolves they had faced were slave-level monsters. The next level up were warrior-level monsters, which were truly terrifying, and above them were commander-level monsters, like the dragon flying over the city. Mo Fan finally found a pharmacy and began looking for the hemostatic agent. He noticed a hole in the ground and, peeking inside, saw a Cyclops feasting on a corpse. The Cyclops noticed Mo Fan and attacked him with a laser from its eye. Mo Fan dodged the attack, which shook the building, causing the hemostatic agent to fall from a shelf in front of him. As he grabbed the agent, the Cyclops emerged from the hole and leaped at Mo Fan, but was suddenly devoured by the thorn wolf. Mo Fan, startled, realized he had never encountered a monster of this level before. Lost in thought, he noticed the thorn wolf staring at him. The monster began attacking the building, causing it to crumble. Zhu Min and the others were waiting for Mo Fan, but Mu Bei and the rest urged them to keep moving, fearing they might be killed by monsters if they stayed. Just then, he heard a noise. It was Mo Fan, who had escaped the monster's attack through a drainage hole. Zhu Min and the others were overjoyed to see Mo Fan return with the hemostatic agent. Mr. Zhu quickly used it to heal Xiao Hu's wounds within seconds. The teachers leading the Exodus team saw Zhang Yinglu's corpse and mourned the loss of their fallen comrade. They were also amazed by the dead monsters the pioneer team had taken down. They decided to carry Zhang Yinglu's body with them to give her a proper burial. The pioneer team continued their journey toward the protective barrier. The closer they got, the safer their surroundings became. They just needed to cross the moat in front of them. Suddenly, the team spotted instructor Bai Yong and his archwolf. Their spirits lifted at the sight of someone from the military. Bai Yong asked Zhu about the situation and the Exodus team following them. He then turned to Mo Fan, revealing that he had been looking for him, and asked him to hand over the sacred spring. However, Mo Fan refused, insisting he would only give it to Zhang Kong himself. Bai Yong, growing impatient, began to threaten Mo Fan. But Mo Fan stood his ground, determined not to let the sacred spring fall into the wrong hands. At the Zufeng post, the soldiers were struggling to fend off relentless attacks from the one-eyed wolves. One of the officers reported that they had managed to secure a survivor from the 4th patrol team, which had sent out the emergency signals. The injured officer explained that they had intended to send 4 light signals, but were ambushed by an archwolf, allowing them to send only 2 before being overwhelmed. Zhang Kong was momentarily puzzled, then realized there was only one person in the military with a pet archwolf. He immediately ordered the others to take care of the injured soldier, who had bravely warned them of the impending disaster. Meanwhile, citizens were flooding into the safety barrier, and the army was stretched thin. Zhu Yun, after being bandaged by doctors, requested a private room for his daughter Ningxu to rest. Ningxu overheard some soldiers talking about the students from Sky Magic High School, and wanted to go out and check on Mo Fan and Xiao Hu. However, Zhu Yun stopped her, insisting she stay safe because she was his only daughter. He ordered the soldiers to make sure she didn't leave the safety of the barrier. Back with Mo Fan, he had just refused to hand over the sacred spring to Yang. Yang, surprised by Mo's defiance, started boasting about how many fools he had killed on his way, none of whom realized he was their true enemy. Yang offered to let Mo and his friends go if he handed over the sacred spring. Mo, who had been suspicious of Yang from the start, realized that Yang was working with the Black Curia. When Yang asked how Mo had figured out his true intentions, Mo ignored the question. Yang then summoned black beasts to attack Mo's friends. Mo was momentarily distracted, and the archwolf pinned him down under its massive paw. In the chaos, Xiao, who was about to be killed when Yu jumped in to save him, sacrificing herself. Mubei and the others started attacking the black beasts, but Xiao, who was left holding Yu in her final moments as she died with a smile on her face. Struggling under the Archwolf's weight, Mo Fan concentrated and unleashed a dual element attack. He was now surrounded by 3 black beasts, trying to figure out how to defeat Yang. Yang ordered 2 of the black beasts to turn on Mo's friends. Mubei and Jumin stood bravely between the beasts and Xiao, who was mourning Hiyu's death. The other students were also struggling against the remaining black beasts. Seeing his friends fighting and dying in vain, Mo made a bold decision. He pulled out the sacred spring, and instead of handing it over, he drank it all in one go. This act shocked and enraged Yang, as well as the other students and Mr. Zhu. Furious, Yang ordered his Archwolf to attack Mo, but Mo struck first with his thunder element. Yang, overconfident in his abilities and his monsters, was caught off guard. The black beasts attacked Mo, but he defended himself while keeping the Archwolf from recovering, knowing it would be a real problem if it did. After a moment of hesitation, Mubei and Jumin decided to help Mo. They distracted the black beasts, allowing Mo to focus on the Archwolf. Yang ordered his Archwolf to ignore everyone else and kill Mo Fan. But Mo, now charged up with the fire element, burned the black beasts to ashes. As Mo and Jumin were battling the black beasts, the Archwolf sneak attacked Jumin, injuring her. The Archwolf then turned its attention back to Mo, forcing him to run while the other students struggled with the remaining black beasts. Mr. Zhu, seeing an opportunity, planned to attack Yang from above using his light element. Though Mo was out of breath, Mr. Zhu managed to buy him some time. Mo launched a dual element attack on the Archwolf, while Mr. Zhu tried to strike Yang. However, Yang used a black beast as a shield, blocking the attack. Yang mocked Zhu, calling him an inexperienced, useless theoretical teacher. In response, Zhu used a blinding light attack, which didn't have much effect. But the distraction gave Mubei an opening. He used his ice talent to stab Yang, causing the Archwolf and the black beasts to vanish. In the aftermath, Xiao, who was still crying, holding Hiyu's lifeless body, while the rest of the team gathered their breath after the intense battle. As the intense battle ended, Mo Fan was on the verge of collapsing from exhaustion. But Jumin and Sang Pang caught him before he hit the ground. The bodies of the black beasts began to evaporate, confusing the students. Mr. Zhu explained that the black beasts' souls were linked to their owners, and when the owner dies, the beasts die with them. Mo Fan noticed Xiao, who crying, and went over to console him. Xiao, who, devastated by Hiyu's death, shouted that he needed to become stronger. Suddenly, soldiers from Zhang Kong's army appeared, searching for Mo Fan. Mr. Zhu and the others tensed up, which confused the soldiers. Their superior approached Mo Fan, asking if everything was alright. The students started criticizing the soldiers for arriving too late, but Mr. Zhu told them to stop. The soldiers, seeing Hiyu's lifeless body, understood why the students were upset. As the soldiers moved forward, they saw Yang's body and began questioning why the students had killed one of their own. Zhu Kunsen explained that Yang had attacked them first with his Archwolf. The superior remained calm and asked Mo Fan to explain. Mo detailed the situation and presented the remains of the black beasts as proof. Although some soldiers couldn't believe Yang was a traitor, the superior wisely ordered them to save further questioning for later, prioritizing the students' safety. He then instructed some soldiers to examine the black beast's remains while the others escorted the students and Yang's body to the protective barrier. Once inside the barrier, the group saw one-eyed wolves feasting on corpses, with soldiers keeping a close watch. The wolves were gathering around Terralicus, and there were also many warrior-level monsters nearby. The soldiers couldn't understand how the monsters had entered the city without conquering the Zufeng post, suspecting space magic might be involved. Though unlikely, as they reconsidered their plans, the Terralicus noticed them and incinerated them with a single breath. Inside the infirmary within the protective barrier, the scenes were horrific. Mo Fan was summoned by Zhang Kong, who had been informed of Yang's autopsy, confirming his connection to the Black Curia and his attempt to kill the students. Zhang Kong was relieved to see Mo Fan, but Mo was upset, knowing his friends had been killed by one of their own. Zhang, unaware that Yang was a spy, asked Mo how he realized Yang was a traitor. Mo admitted that he hadn't known for sure, he was just being cautious about the sacred spring, and Yang's insistence on getting it revealed his true intentions. When Zhang asked Mo about the sacred spring, Mo confessed that he had drunk it. At first, Zhang thought Mo was joking about consuming something so valuable, but when he realized Mo was serious, he was furious. Zhang grabbed Mo, shaking him, demanding he spit it out. But it was too late. The officer tried to restrain Zhang, while Mo struggled to explain that he had done it for the greater good. Just then, they heard the roars coming from Bo City. Zhang, though still angry, accepted that the sacred spring had brought more trouble than blessings, and now it was gone. Mo then informed Zhang that the number of one-eyed demon wolves kept increasing, no matter how many they killed. If they didn't act soon, the remaining citizens would be slaughtered. The army had already killed over 1,000 wolves, but they kept coming. The only way to stop them was to kill their leader, the Terralicus. Zhang, an S-ranked mage and the only one capable of facing the Terralicus, knew what he had to do. He told Mo they needed to clear the wolves around the monster first to increase their chances of success. After bidding farewell to Mo, Zhang headed into the city to confront the beast. Meanwhile, Mo's father, Jiangxing, was desperately searching for his son, checking every teenager's body in town. Suddenly, a white cyclops appeared behind him, ready to make Jiangxing its next meal. Pushed into a corner, Jiangxing faced certain death. As Mo Fan looked over the city, Ningxu suddenly appeared and hugged him, with Zhu Yun following behind, mocking Mo Fan for being a troublemaker. Mo retorted, but Ningxu intervened to stop the argument. Despite the reunion, Mo left, knowing he had more important things to do, finding his family. Jiangxing was about to become a monster's lunch when Lin suddenly appeared and saved him, using her water magic to finish off the creature. After the battle, Lin asked if Jiangxing was Mo Fan's father. Jiangxing confirmed it, but then lost consciousness. Lin tried to wake him up, but before she could do much, a horde of one-eyed demon wolves noticed them. Meanwhile, Mo Fan went to the administration room where records of refugees who made it to the protective barrier were kept. He found a record of one of his hunter team members but was disappointed to see that both Xinzia and Jiangxing were not listed. Just then, a senior officer entered with some news and noticed Mo Fan in his school uniform. They began discussing how the monsters infiltrated Bo City and discovered that they had used underground tunnels to bypass the Zufeng checkpoint and the protective barrier. Realizing the dire situation, they knew they had to destroy these tunnels to prevent further disaster. Suddenly, Mo Fan remembered something from his first mission, where he had eliminated Cyclops rats at the girls' high school. He told Instructor Pan that he might have clues about the tunnel entrances and urged him to call the city hunters. Mo explained that while the invasion seemed sudden, there had been warning signs they had missed, particularly the appearance of Cyclops, which are excellent diggers and likely dug the tunnels. When Wang and the other city hunters arrived, Huang was surprised that he hadn't noticed something so critical. Instructor Pan was equally shocked that Mo Fan knew Wang and the city hunters. As Mo examined the hunter's diary, he identified a pattern of Cyclops appearances. The superior officer asked Xiaok to locate where the monsters frequently appeared, and they determined that the epigraph, where most monsters were hunted, likely held the biggest entrance. They decided to form a special team combining the city hunters and the military to find and destroy the entrance. As Mo Fan left the room, he heard a familiar voice. Turning around, he saw his father and ran to hug him. Jiangxing told Mo that a female watchwoman had saved him. It was Lin. Lai Wenji and Rocky, who had brought Jiangxing to the protective barrier, also appeared to inform Mo that, unfortunately, Lin hadn't made it out of the city alive. Jiangxing started crying, remembering Xinzia. The pioneer team, who had been relaxing, noticed the city hunters preparing for their mission and saw Mo Fan asking to join them. Though they tried to stop him, Mo was determined to save his sister, convinced that Xinzia might still be alive and waiting for him. The superior officer allowed Mo Fan to join the mission, and the special team moved out of the protective barrier. Meanwhile, Xinzia was hiding inside a supermarket shelter with other survivors. Everyone was depressed, worrying about their loved ones and whether they had survived the Code Blood. One of the survivors foolishly decided to fight the monsters, while another, who was a pipeline worker, suggested leading the group through a route where they might avoid the monsters. The others agreed and began to move out, leaving Xinzia behind. Only one survivor offered to help Xinzia, but she refused, telling her to save herself. Xinzia handed the girl a bracelet and asked her to give it to Mo if she found him. As the girl left, Xinzia began searching for any weapons that might help her defend herself. The monster hunter's car moved silently, avoiding detection by the monsters. The senior officer reminded the team to stay vigilant, knowing that the fate of the city now rested in their hands. As they drove through the devastated city, Mo Fan couldn't stop thinking about Xinzia and hoped he would find her alive. The special team reached the epigraph area, but the road ended before they could reach the monster entrance, forcing them to abandon their vehicle and proceed on foot. Wenji went ahead to scout the area, and suddenly, 3 Cyclops appeared out of nowhere. Using his wind magic, Wenji blew the monsters away, clearing the path for the team. They continued walking, with Huang leading the way. When a rat monster tried to attack them, Officer Cheng quickly froze it without making much noise, impressing Mo Fan with his strength. As they advanced, Mo Fan and Xiaok heard someone crying for help and wanted to assist, but Cheng refused. He reminded them that their mission was to find the monster entrance, not to save dying people. He told Mo that they couldn't afford to help anyone, even if it was his own family. Wenji returned after clearing the path, and they continued their journey. Suddenly, one of the survivors hiding in the supermarket appeared from a sewer but collapsed and died right in front of them. As they moved on, Mo spotted a corpse of a girl wearing a bracelet similar to the one he had gifted Xinzia. His heart sank, fearing it was her, but he was relieved to find out it wasn't. Mo took the bracelet, finally finding a clue. Instructor Pan arrived and recognized the uniform of the person who had emerged from the sewer. It was from the supermarket in the Epigraph Mall. Cheng's officers had already searched the sewers, and Xinzia wasn't there. Cheng suggested that Mo go search the supermarket while the rest of the team headed to Epigraph Girls High School to locate the monster entrance. Mo quickly changed into his mage outfit and rushed toward the supermarket. Meanwhile, Xinzia was hiding from monsters that were feasting on processed meat. She couldn't find a way out, and just as a Cyclops was about to discover her, she hid inside a refrigerator. The Cyclops destroyed her wheelchair, leaving her trapped. On top of a nearby building, members of the Black Curia were observing the city. They noticed a small group of military personnel moving towards the girls' junior high school, and realized they needed to stop them before they could close the monster entrance. The Black Curia members believed the military mages were on a suicide mission, as the area they were heading to had the highest number of Cyclopes and one-eyed demon wolves. Even if they managed to get past the monsters, the Black Curia planned to deliver a final blow to kill them all. Suddenly, they saw flashes of purple light, and one of them recognized Mo Fan. Wanting to kill him, a masked member of the Black Curia sent a black beast to attack Mo, but he managed to escape. A few moments later, as Mo entered the mall, the masked member decided to confront him directly, threatening to kill him. When the masked man removed his mask, it was revealed to be Yuang. His face disfigured and twisted with hatred. He blamed Mo for ruining his chance to train at the Sacred Spring, which led to his punishment and disfigurement by the Black Curia. Now, he wanted revenge. Yuang summoned dozens of black beasts, individually weak, but overwhelming in numbers. Realizing he couldn't take them all on, Mo decided to escape, using hit-and-run tactics as the beasts chased him. His attacks did little damage, and he was soon surrounded. The other Black Curia members called Yuang, ordering him to head to Epigraph Junior Girls High School. Mo continued to fend off the black beasts but found himself trapped when he stumbled into a room. He quickly hid and discovered he was in the CCTV monitoring room. To his shock, one of the monitors showed Xinzia's broken wheelchair, and her hiding inside a refrigerator, nearly freezing to death. Mo Fan stared at the CCTV monitor, teeth gritted in frustration as he watched Xinzia struggle in the cold. He was trapped by the black beasts. If he went out, they would tear him apart. But if he did nothing, Xinzia might freeze to death. Desperate, Mo stood up, and suddenly, his catfish pendant began to glow. Xinzia, unable to bear the cold any longer, opened the refrigerator and slowly began to move. Mo realized the pendant was reacting to the Sacred Spring's essence. His mana had evolved from Stardust to Nebula. Focusing, Mo started arranging the 49 stars into the 7-star path star chart, using the map Miss Tang had given him. The black beasts finally broke into the room, but Mo's newly empowered fire magic reduced them to ashes. As the remaining beasts retreated, Mo chased them down, destroying every last one. Meanwhile, Xinzia was discovered by a Cyclops, but she bravely stabbed it in the eye. As the other monsters began to feast on the Cyclops, she hid under a shelf. Just as the monsters were closing in on her, a massive wave of fire incinerated them. Xinzia crawled out from her hiding place and saw her brother, but her body, frozen from the cold, caused her to lose consciousness. Mo quickly used his fire magic to warm her up, restoring her to normal temperature. When she regained consciousness, Mo showed her the bracelet she had given to the other girl and gently tied it back around her wrist. Xinzia started crying as Mo picked her up and carried her out of the supermarket. As they emerged, the slave monsters around them began to flee, shocking Xinzia. She asked Mo why the monsters were running away just from his presence. Mo explained that the monsters knew their place and would die if they dared to attack. Xinzia then asked if he had achieved the star chart level, and Mo confirmed that his fire magic had indeed reached that level, thanks to the star chart book Miss Tang had given him. He assured her that slave monsters were no longer a threat, even if a large pack attacked him. However, he admitted that he was still uncertain if he could defeat the warrior-level monsters currently in the city. Mo found a bench and sat down with Xinzia, both of them reflecting on how their city had been reduced to ruins. Mo began to worry about the special team, imagining the struggles they must be facing against the monsters. Xinzia then mentioned something strange she had discovered. The girl who had gone missing during Mo's first hunting mission wasn't taken by monsters, but by someone who smelled rotten. Mo immediately suspected the Black Curia's involvement. Xinzia added that if the Black Curia was behind this, they might have someone guarding the monster entrance as well. Spotting a bike nearby, Mo decided to take her to the protective barrier. However, as they prepared to leave, Mo felt dizzy and weak. Xinzia noticed a wound on his hand and used her healing magic to mend it, making Mo feel better. Mo asked if she had seen any strange holes at her school, and Xinzia replied that she had noticed some odd holes in the ground fields. As they looked around at the dire state of the city, Mo remembered the principal's speech on orientation day about the duties of a mage. He realized he was needed at the monster entrance to protect Bo City from further devastation. Before leaving, Xinzia made him promise that he would return no matter what. Mo started the bike and, with Xinzia's words in his mind, headed toward Epigraph Girls Junior High, determined determined to do whatever it took to protect his city. Wang had ordered Kating to scout the junior high, and she successfully found the monster entrance. As they approached, they saw a student desperately trying to escape from becoming a monster's meal. The special team quickly saved her and defeated the monster with a powerful combined attack. They then sealed the entrance with a huge boulder, but it wasn't enough. More and more monsters kept emerging from the hole. The special team continued fighting, wiping out the monsters with coordinated efforts. Meanwhile, the Black Curia members watched the battle from a distance. Yuang decided to stay back and observe, knowing there were too many monsters for the special team to handle. However, another member of the Black Curia grew impatient and decided to intervene, attacking the special team directly. Yuang followed his lead. As Mo Fan drove with Xinzia, she became confused. They weren't taking the direct path to the protective barrier, but Mo had something else to deal with. Suddenly, they encountered a thorn wolf, and Mo had to quickly turn the bike into an alley to evade it. Unsure if he could defeat a monster of that level, he decided to wait for the right moment, his thoughts flashing back to the friends he had lost in the calamity. Back at the junior high, the special team was about to move out to find other entrances when the Black Curia made their move. They mocked the team, calling them weaklings. Wang recognized Yuang, though he couldn't place where he had seen him before, as Yuang wore a mask. Yuang, out of a twisted sense of mercy, warned the special unit to flee, giving them a chance to escape because they had treated him well in the past. Then, he revealed his disfigured face and launched an attack. The battle erupted with both sides clashing fiercely. Though the Black Curia lacked manpower, they still posed a threat. The other member of the Curia tried to flee but was quickly taken down by Cheng's ice magic. Desperate, Yuang began summoning multiple black beasts to attack the special unit, but even their numbers weren't enough against the combined strength of the special team. At the same time, Zhang Kong had reached Terralicus, the monster commander, with an army of thorn wolves standing between him and his handful of soldiers. The soldiers were nervous, knowing they might be able to defeat the lower-level monsters, but feared reinforcements might arrive from the nearby junior high. The monsters hesitated briefly when they saw Zhang Kong turn a demon wolf to ash with a minor attack, but Terralicus used his psychic abilities to control the monsters, forcing them to charge. Zhang was about to attack when his subordinate advised him to conserve his strength, allowing the soldiers to handle the lesser monsters. Zhang's subordinates began massacring the monsters, while Zhang closed the distance with Terralicus. As his soldiers started to fall one by one due to distractions, Zhang pressed forward until he finally came face to face with the monster commander. The two leaped into the sky, hurling powerful attacks at each other. Zhang decided to use his zodiac magic, Heaven's Blow, raining fire from the sky and then launching a close-range assault on Terralicus. Meanwhile, Mo Fan continued making his way toward the special unit, determined to help. The special team was exhausted when a thorn wolf emerged from the entrance. Just in time, Mo arrived, saving the day. Wang, worried that Mo couldn't handle such a monster, urged him to escape. But Mo was resolute. Charging up his fire element, Mo unleashed a fiery fish star chart magic, sending the monsters back into the hole and sealing the entrance for good. The entrance was finally destroyed. Watching his plan crumble, Yuang decided to escape, vowing to return with another scheme. That concludes the anime recap. As always, if you enjoyed, let me know down below and I'm out.